Some of the language may be hard to understand, but it's okay. I am speaking directly to your cells and molecules.
What's good, y'all?
This cellular and molecular meditation will be a message to the big brain, a reminder to wake
up. How y'all feeling? Happy Sunday. I hope y'all feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. Maintaining. Excuse the high frequency, but we gotta get this energy out to set the tone.
Our intent. We have already decided. Next, we will reawaken the cells, learning the ancestral language of the molecules of the soul. The next step, we will realign with nature. This alignment may be strange. Next, we will redevelop faith in our process. Next,
Happy Sunday.
Breathe again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we will disconnect from the chatter of the mind. Make it disappear. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Then we will listen for the stillness. It is always there, underneath it all, waiting for you to recognize it.
What's good, y'all? I hope y'all having a good Sunday. I'm feeling a little Baidu-ish today. I decided to just go ahead and just put on just most of my crystals for this reading, and just to be protected and to be aligned. There's been a lot of things going on, and for those, most of y'all that are spiritually tapped in, most of my supporters and people that tap into me are pretty much spiritual and pick up all the energies, but it's just been rough. This year has been an interesting year. And I just decided to just put it all on to do this reading today. And I actually feel good. I didn't have the anxiety that I usually have, where I'm like, and I'm breathing all funny, because I protected myself. I got myself all protected up. I got the Return to Sender hoodie. That's Urban Mystic merch. So if you're interested in that hoodie, just click the link in the bio or DM me. I'll give you the link to it. Then I've got some beads. You feel me? Got some bling. You feel me? I got the key. Some amethyst. I made this a long time ago. I used to make jewelry. So yeah, I made this. These are specially made from someone in the UK, Henna. Henna, if you ever see this, she is so dope. You have so many pages, my love. I can't even remember. But I definitely know Henna. If she sees this, she'll tap in or whatever, plug herself. Because I know she changed her name a couple times, but she's a dope ring maker, silversmith. She's self-taught. You feel me? So all of this stuff has intent. All of it has purpose. This is blue kyanite. I love kyanite. To be specific, I got a black piece around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. If I can't, oh well, but I got a black piece of kyanite somewhere. And anyway, besides the point, because I can go off on a tangent, but you know, a lot of people always say, like, to protect yourself, use black tourmaline and stuff like that. But I always recommend black kyanite and blue kyanite, because they only emit positive energy. Like, they don't absorb any negative energy. So if you're somebody who's having a hard time, or you're going through your transformation and your energy is weak and you're not built up, you know what I mean, like spiritually protected like how you should, because you're sensitive because of all the things taking place, you need stuff to yeah, I can definitely give her Instagram once I Will it come up when I start typing? Because she's got so many. Let me see. Let me see if that comes up. That might be one of them. But yeah, so if your energy's weak or you're just sensitive, black kyanite, if you keep it on you, it just emits positive energy. So anything that you have absorbed, anything that's coming your way, it's just going to knock it out your energy field because you're wearing it. So I stay with black kyanite more so for protection. Blue kyanite is for like communication, building relationships, friendships. It's still a protective crystal, and it still emits only positive energy. But I definitely recommend, if you like black tourmaline, I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just saying add another crystal, another protective crystal, and it should be black kyanite for sure. I just have them just laying around everywhere in my office and at home. And I'm really loving amethyst. Amethyst is really good too for a lot of great things, psychic abilities, just a whole bunch of different layers of things. So it's a really important crystal. So I'm not into carrying crystals a lot. I used to when I first was got into the spiritual scene. Some of them would disappear on me. Crystals will leave. They'll break on you. They'll do all sorts of things when it tells you it's time to connect. So I'm just feeling like I need to connect with all my crystals today. And just kind of go with the vibe. So I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. If you're not able to watch this, that's okay, because it'll be available for the replay, okay? This is full moon in Gemini, all right? So I'm going to keep this short. I'm not in my office. I just moved. I lost 1,000 square footage. I'm not going to get into that. I'm still trying to process that I had to kind of move unwillingly. But so I'm in my room, a little makeshift area. I prefer to be in my office, but I'm going to do what it do. You feel me? So I'll do full moon in Gemini, and then I'll log off, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do free readings for everyone. So if you're catching this now or in between, make sure that you have your question ready once I'm finished with full moon in Gemini and I log off and come back, okay? And we're going to get into it. And if you're ever interested in a personal reading, just hit me up and we can set something up, okay? All right, so I'm going to keep it short. I have a little small table here. I don't have my big table. Y'all know I like to have a big spread on my cards out. I'm going to be very specific with the cards that I choose. And I'm going to use cards that I normally don't use in certain readings, because I feel like when I use certain cards, it's to tap into certain energies. And of course, all of my readings are timeless. They're all pretty soulful, but I'm pretty deep. I deal with shadow work. I feel like this reading, this full moon in Gemini, is just an opportunity to kind of tap in on a soulful level and see what's going on cosmically. So some of the cards that I picked are going to be exploring that, and then shadow work and just archetypes. Most of you, my supporters, if you're watching this or going to watch it on the replay, y'all know about archetypes and how there are 12 that overall control our behaviors and patterns and thought process. Collectively, we all have 4. We all have 4 primary archetypes that we all collectively have as human beings. And then the other 8 are set when you are born, so that's 12. And then the other 8 can interchange whenever, however, as you progress through life, right? So I'm going to pull a few archetype cards to see what archetypes are kind of leading or guiding our behavior, right? During the full moon in Gemini, or what should we be aware of? So if this is your first time ever watching me, I'm Unique Divination. I'm a manifestation coach, life coach, tarot reader, digital content creator, author, merch creator, whatever, what have you. Also in the corporate world, I lead, I manage teams, security teams. I have 3 degrees, right? I'll have 4. I'll have my doctorate degree. So I'm going to be in 2 years, I'll be Dr. Unique Divination. So I have a lot of knowledge, not only in the spiritual world, but in the physical world. And it's all stemmed from just being based in my spirituality and my faith, being aware of who I am. and just constantly always observing how I respond to people. You know, how can I manipulate the environment? Even before I even really knew and understood what magic and spirituality was, right? I was pretty much able to maneuver and manipulate my environment. I've never been fired. I've always got promoted everywhere I've been. I've managed to come from making $14,000 a year to 6 figures. So I'm really good with money magic, and that's why I offer community money attraction and energy clearing. So I've got a lot of experience. I just kind of like to share, you know, my experience with you all. I can't tell people what to do, but I can show you what I've done and what's helped, and I can offer, you know, either through free services or paid services, things that's helped me, you know, able to manifest and create things, and obtain things that I want and set goals and complete those goals. Those are very challenging things, and not a lot of people are able to do it, you know. And I started learning that the older that I got, right? My birthday's in, I don't know how many days because I forgot what day it is, but yeah, my birthday's this month, y'all. But yeah, so I have a lot of knowledge and experience, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to connect with the people that connect with me all across the country, all over the world. I've done readings all over in different countries, like literally had to set up because of time zones, because somebody's in Australia or Germany. Like, I've really tapped in with people all over the world, y'all. I'm not just a local reader or just for the gram, you know, like, I've tapped in, and I appreciate everybody who supported me and just believed in my ability to guide and lead, not only spiritually, but on a logical aspect. Like, I'm not just out here, yes, I incorporate cards, but I'm incorporating spirituality with the physical, with logical, with critical thinking. When I'm guiding and I'm leading and I'm getting, you know, these symbols and how I interpret them off the cards, you know what I mean? So I just want to take that time to say thank you to those that support me. I appreciate you, especially my day ones that's always been rocking with me. Don't forget to leave me a review on Google, okay? I've been appreciating the reviews that have been left. That's the way people are going to understand how I work, you know, how my products and services work, what they can expect from it, what they can expect from me. You know, it's a lot of spiritual people out there, and I've been out for a while, but I'm kind of like an underground. I would consider myself an underground spiritual, you know, advisor. I'm not really mainstream. I don't really worry about the algorithm and stuff like that. I kind of do what I want to do when I want to do it, you know. Not really subjected to what's the fad, and you know, I just do me. That's why it's unique divination. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what else can I talk about? Candle magic, I did mention that. If you're interested or have any questions about community candle magic, you can either DM me or click the link in the bio. Right now it's a special. It's like $333. The regular price is $11.11. And it's free for 30 days, and just to see if you want to try out the energy. And it's really good for people who are already spiritual healers, who already do candle magic and they just kind of want to amplify the work that they're doing, or for people who aren't able to do the work in the environment that they're in because of family or whoever may judge them. So I help people out. I do community magic, candle magic, and I do personal work as well. Like, I think I just put in my stories a picture of some really great, powerful personal work that I'm doing for a client. So I'm really excited about that and the whole process. But let me get into this reading, because I'm gonna start. I just be yapping. I love y'all. So also, I have badges, right? If you like what I'm doing, like my vibe, like the reading, just go ahead and support me with a badge, and I'll make sure to show my appreciation. And also share this live. You know, if somebody needs some guidance, need to figure out what to do under the full moon in Gemini, or, you know, just want to get a different kind of reader if they've never heard of me before, go ahead and share this live, okay? Share. If you are subscribed to the community Candle Magic, you need to be close friends with me so that you can see all the updates, okay? All right, so let me get my cards going. This table is very little, y'all, so I have to limit my cards. But that's okay, because this is going to be a very intentional reading. Not that none of my readings aren't, but y'all know what I mean. Like, I'm able to focus because I just have a smaller table right now. I'm in my office. I'm not complaining. All right, this one just kind of tried to... You know what? I'm going to redo that because that one came out in a reading yesterday. So, if you plan on watching this now, or if you're going to watch the replay, I would recommend getting a notebook, getting a piece of paper. If you don't have like a spiritual journal, which you should, but I'm not going to get on you, I definitely recommend I have a manifestation journal, right? Manifestation journal, and definitely would be a good place to take notes on any readings, not just from me, but if you follow other readers. You know, because sometimes, especially if they're good readers, we all will kind of have the same message. You know, details may be a little bit different, but most of us readers that are tapped in, I hear some of my clients will say, well, I had got a reading from somebody else, and you know what I mean? So let me see if my journal's in my briefcase. Let me see if it's in my briefcase. Like, I go back and I listen to my readings, not just because they're my readings, because I'm getting the guidance. Like, I'm hearing it, of course, as I'm doing it, but I always go back and listen to my readings. All right, that was a lot of work. So, but it was worth it to show y'all this. Manifestation journal, okay? Very important. So, if you don't have one now, it's okay. This is also part of Urban Mystic merch. You feel me? There's the symbol right there. It's always important to have things in your environment, especially when you're transitioning, going through your paradigm shift, you know, trying to just affirm who you are and the power of your manifestation. You need things in your life to help protect, guide you, affirm what you're trying to do. So it's really important. Visuals are important. If they weren't important, people wouldn't pay millions of dollars for advertising, okay? So always remember that. This light is going to annoy me. I'm going to end up taking off my glasses. But yeah, manifestation journal. And it says, and I ain't stopping nothing over here. Everything I desire to manifest is written in this book. I told you I was built for this. The limit does not exist. No limitations. Manifesting my reality. And I ain't stopping nothing over here. I think I read that already. Have a front seat to the glow up. I can manifest anything I want. And just saying that, just the cover alone. When you don't feel like it, you know, say if you're having a bad day and you got the journal sitting over there and you just look at the cover and just look at that. And it's just reaffirming to your subconscious. You know what I mean? So just think about that. You know, the things that I equip to help me get where I'm going are very simple things. I'm about simplicity. I love great things of quality. I love simplicity and working smarter, not harder. That's my Capricorn, Sun, Taurus, Moon. Okay, so simple things can create the biggest energy that you can think of. That's why I love candle magic. It's simple magic. It's something so simple. But when you combine it with intention and energy and all some other things, it can move mountains, right? It's just how it is if you believe in that. In the back says manifesting. Manifest, manifesting, manifest, manifesting. Okay, so if you're interested in it, DM me or click the link in the bio, okay? Alright, so let's see here. So I picked an archetype card. The next card I'm going to pick is Cosmic Reading card. If I can get it open. This is how much I use it. I use it when I need to, but damn, I can't remember how to open it. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, I don't have the book. It's downstairs. We're just gonna rock with it. I like the book though, because sometimes I like to play off of what it says. But I forgot it, so we're gonna go with my intuition on this one all the way. Alright. Let's see what else we got going on. We got, of course, we need a Soul's Journey card. We always need to see, you know what I mean, what kind of guidance we need along our soul's journey. Split this deck. Split it again. Just because. And let's see what card we get. Wow. Interesting. Alright. I got the archetype card. I want the Intuition Oracle. This is a new deck that I have added to my spiritual team, my spiritual resources. If you're ever interested in any of the cards that I use, I have these cards on my Amazon storefront. Very easy to find, okay? So, like, click my story, or you click the link in my bio and go to the bottom where all my icons are. You'll see the Amazon one. And then I have everything grouped. You can go to the cards and see the ones that I've bought from Amazon. Pretty much are all of them. Only a couple of them I haven't, but they're there. They are there. Okay. Let's see how we doing. And I want to pick, because I don't have that many cards. I have the Moon card, the Archetype card, the Soul Journey, Intuition, Cosmic. I have this deck here, Alchemical Vision Tarot. It's a really interesting deck, and I do have the book because I have to say what it means because I don't use this, but these are incredible images. So this is the almost alchemy level. These are like alchemical. So we're gonna check that out. What's up, Candace? We're gonna check that out. I was just showing these dope cards, the Alchemical Vision Tarot. I'm using cards that I'm not gonna say I don't normally use. Well, yeah, I don't normally use, incorporating them. So this is gonna be a little bit interesting. These are hard to shuffle, and I got all these rings on. Oh, wait. One dropped out. So, we might as well go with that one. Wow. Alright. So, yeah, these are dope. I'm going to start using them more, but I got to start studying them more. These are dope. So I'm doing a full moon in Gemini, and then I may either log off or continue on. I gotta see. But I'll be doing free readings after, but I gotta get this out. The full moon in Gemini, it's eating me up. Whatever message is supposed to come through. And I felt like I had to be spiritually protected. Like I literally have on some heavy stuff here, because I just felt like I just gotta protect myself. You feel me? You feel me? Protect and crystal up. Alright, so these are Thoth. I don't really use these. Nonetheless, this is going to be available for the replay on Instagram. And then I'll most likely load it up on YouTube. Alright. Wow. Do I want to just pull more than one? See, whenever I get tarot, I have to pull a minimum of 3, because depending on the situation, one card always can't give me the picture, or sometimes I'll be needing more information. Alright, I'm trying not to pull too many cards, y'all. I be wanting to pull everything. We'll do this one, and that's it. Alright, so I got one more card to pull. And then I'll tell y'all all the cards I got, and then I can get into the message. Let me turn this up for a second.
Everything for you. It's not erased. It's not erased. You will find everything for you. That is for you. Will be for you. It's not erased. It's not erased. You will find everything for you. Everything for you. It will be for you. It's not erased. It's not erased. You will have everything for you. That is for you. You shall have. You will have those things for you. So collect your things that belong to you. That belong to you. If it is for you, then you shall have. Breathe.
Bars. You feel me? Alright, so this is full moon in Gemini, right? Full moon in Gemini is December the 7th. Okay. So I have my moon cards here. I've got the alchemical vision. I've got my Thoth deck. I've got my soul's journey cards. I've got my cosmic reading, my cosmic cards, an essential oil, and an archetype. Okay, so that's what we're working with here. So I'm going to get into, of course, the moon cards and in general what the full moon represents. Okay, so the full moon represents surrendering to the divine. All right, and so I always just kind of remind everyone that surrendering to the divine means when we want to, when things are going great, and when things are going not so great. Sometimes when bad situations are happening, we want to try to take control and resist, or again, try to take control of the situation. And sometimes it's best to let things crumble, right? When we're looking at it from that perspective. Because when things are damn sure going good, we allow it to happen, right? We don't try to take control. We allow these great things to continue to play out. And so we have to also look at it on the flip side. When things aren't going the way that we want them to, we have to allow things to play out. If they gotta crumble, they gotta crumble, right? If it's supposed to happen, there's nothing you can do. So resisting it, trying to prolong it, trying to mend it, trying to patch things, like whatever the situation energy is, surrender and just let it go. Let it flow. If it's supposed to crumble, let that shit crumble. Watch it. Like a cigarette shit. I don't know, but it's got to burn. It's got to go. It's got to be disassembled. It has to be demolished, right? And sometimes it has to be that dramatic, because we've continued to do the same thing over and over, where the situation could have been smaller if we would have learned the first time. But unfortunately, some of these transitions that we're going through, we've made them harder because we didn't choose the right decision the first time. All right, so that's why your world may seem like it's crumbling and you don't want to succumb to it, but I'm telling you to succumb, okay? And so understand that surrendering when things are going good. Learn how to be the same way no matter what's going down. I know, well, my supporters that be watching my videos, but I always mention that bar from Jay-Z on American Gangsta album. Please leave radio alone. Please leave radio alone. And can you please move from in front of my door? I told you I was live. Radio doesn't want to be bothered. Radio is old. He don't be want to play with kids sometimes. He love kids, but he don't like kids trying to pick him up or touch him. And I know Enoch was trying to pick him up, because I'm a mom, and moms know these things. But anyway, that bar off the American Gangsta album. One day you up, next day you down. As long as you stay the same, it'll come back around. Like, that shit always stuck on me. Like, I'm literally about to get that tattooed on me. I got "Can I Live" on me. Can I live? You feel me? But yeah, so that bar. No, the sound went out. Drop me some ones if y'all can hear me. No. Drop me some ones if y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Y'all should have did a sound check anyway. Also, with a sound check, just let everybody know if you passing through, where you from real quick. Let me know where you tapped in, where you watching me from. But yeah, so y'all know that's my favorite bar. One day you up, next day you down. As long as you stay the same, it'll come back around. Like, y'all know I love music so much. Music speaks to me, and I listen to bars and all types of stuff. Brooklyn in the house. So yeah, that's like a bar that just, like, I think about it when I go through things, like, literally. And it's always helped me. And Jay-Z's a Sag, and he's always cool, calm. Even all the stuff that's going on now, like I literally did a celebrity reading on him, and the fact that he's literally being called a murderer, and he's just like, all cool about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, word on the street is, you know what I mean? You done had some hits, like, and he's just like, everybody's truth is... I mess with that energy though. Today is, it's the 4th. Okay, today is his birthday. Pimp C also, was it Pimp C died on his birthday? Pimp C died December 4th, and there was rumors that he had a tape. Am I saying too much? I don't want my life to get cut off. Y'all ain't hear about that tape about Pimp C and Beyonce, and somebody leaked it or something, but apparently, look up Pimp C the day he died. If you know, you know. But anyway, back to Jay-Z's cool, calm demeanor, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what he going through, you ain't gonna see him sweat. You feel me? So I just think about that, and it's always helped me just to remain like, okay, it is what it is. Like, of course, I'm excited, happy when, you know, things are going good, but then when things go bad, not that I'm excited and happy, but I'm like, okay, this is my story. This is my movie. I got a Disney movie. You feel me? So I'm going to win in the end. So, okay, these little obstacles and challenges that I got to go through, you know what I mean? In order for me to, so then I can create a plan, and then I deal with it. Of course, I cry. I go through whatever I got to go through. But when I step out the house, you feel me? Like, I'm put together. Nobody's going to know that I'm struggling, going through things. Like, I'm going to hold my composure. And I'm not going to do things based off of emotion. I'm going to think things through, because when you start moving just in emotion, you can destroy so much, right? So it's very important to understand it. And that's why it's important to be calm and collected when things are not going good. So surrender to the divine. The full moon is telling you that you will surrender, right? We are like 90% made up of water, right? And the moon is literally water, right? And we know sometimes like crime, things do crazy things under the moon. Like, you will submit. So either submit knowingly or submit subconsciously. Like, submit and allow that energy to work for you, or don't submit and just be utilized by the moon as controlling, you know what I mean? And you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So kind of think about that stuff. And how the moon, and some people feel like they're not manipulated by the moon's energy. I know a lot of people that it doesn't affect them, but it affects other people around you. And just to be aware of that, how people may come off to you, you know, when the moon is around and they don't know how to surrender. They don't know how to handle all of the emotions that are amplifying and are building up because of that full moon energy. That full moon energy is real. Like I said, a lot of crime, a lot of things happen under the full moon. In my corporate job, we have a lot of suicide threats that come in that we have to report and call to the police, especially like during the full moon. It be ramping up. I'd be like, wow. We got 2 Candaces. What's up, Candace? Candace and Candace. All right, so let's go. All right. So now we understand that we have to, with the full moon energy, surrender. We now have the full moon in Gemini, to be specific, right? And full moon in Gemini is the answers that you need are coming. So this reading is about affirmation. It's about confirmation. It's about affirming. It's about getting that glimpse or being able to add to the plan or see more of the plan or understand what needs to be done or what you're waiting for, right? The answers you need are coming. So with that being said, it doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It just means that you have answers coming. So just kind of take that in. Again, with surrendering and understanding that maybe some things may not be for you. Maybe it's an answer that you don't want to hear. So prepare for that. Maybe it's an answer that you do want to hear. But understand that regardless of whether it's answers that you want or don't want, answers that you need are coming. Not that you want, what you need. So we need to understand that. So be prepared for rejection or, again, maybe affirmation, confirmation. You feel me? But you have answers coming. You have answers for real. Like, everything's dead in your face. Gemini, even though it's an air sign, it kind of operates on an earthly manner. And to me, it's always represents logic and reasoning. And that's under the Thoth, that's under Golden Dawn. And I know when we look at that, and people in the media that, represent Geminis, like Kanye's and the Trumps, come off a little mental and like they don't know what's going on. But trust and believe, regardless of how we feel and like about these people, they are very skilled, calculated, technical, and they got it in the air, but they also understand how to play on the earth. That's why I like Geminis, and I really understand and I really connect with Gemini men, right? Because they got the air, but they understand how to play on the earth. Doesn't mean they're playing fair or they're playing right or they're playing to what you want. They know how to manifest what they want, right? And that's why I really enjoy Gemini energy. And so we got to understand that. All right, that's the energy that we're coming with. That's the energy that's presenting the answers that you need. Logic, reasoning, it's in your face. You can't deny it. There's no sugarcoating. You don't have to read between the lines. You're going to get a straight black and white on whatever questions have been lingering, whether it be situations of love, work, friendships, whatever, personal growth, finances, that vacation you wanted to go on. I don't know. Are you going to have the money to be able to pay a certain bill, a medical bill? There's a lot of things happening and things are unanswered, and the answers that you need are coming under the full moon Gemini. I love Gemini men, but I like them as friends. Let me just get that out there. As friends, Geminis are dope, but I don't want to trash Gemini guys, but they're definitely cool friends. Like, I connect, understand on a friendship level. You feel me? And just processes of business, and social networking, and not social networking or just networking period, right? I like to watch people. You know that, Candace. I like to watch how certain people move. Titus is another person that I like to watch how he moves. That's why anytime he's on the East Coast, I'm trying to be there, watch how he moves, how he interact with the people. I like how Jay-Z moves with the people, Beyonce. It's just certain people that I like to see how they move and incorporate it into me, right? To help me to further my growth. And that's what some people got to understand. The things that you're not built with, you're supposed to pull from the people around you, right? If you've got a lot of signs in your life that are around you, they're around you for a reason. You have to pull from them energies. You either have to pull or do shadow work based on those zodiacal, energies, and learn where you lack, the things that you lack. Look for what that zodiac sign has, right? And why are you attracted to it, and implement those things. So that's just something to kind of think about. So now that we know that we got the answers we need, I'm going to move on to the next card, which is my alchemical vision card. And this card is the devil card. So I'm just going to put this up in your face real quick so we can see the imagery. And what's double crazy, and the fact that I didn't realize it before, I'm going to call myself a little slow because I felt like I should have known this, but I'm also going to be gentle with myself because I'm still learning and I don't know everything and I'm not perfect and I'm not this fortune teller guru that knows everything with the cards. But the devil card and the Gemini card are the same damn card. If you look at a tarot, not the Gemini card, the Lover's card. which is the Gemini card, basically. But if you look at the Lovers card and you look at the Devil card, it's pretty much the same get up. So that's a little interesting. Let me see here. Where's the Devil? Is it 15? Yeah. What is that? Okay. So, this is a little deep. I'm gonna try to like paraphrase. I'm making up my own words and stuff. I'm gonna try to paraphrase some of this. These cards are also based off of Carl Jung's work, which is shadow work, which is what I do too, shadow work. So it all kind of fits in. I just always wanted to find an opportunity to kind of incorporate these in, and now is the time. So it says, if you reject as hopelessly naive the image of God as taught to children, the old bearded white male sitting on a throne, floating somewhere in the sky, you must also reject as equally naive the similar portrayal of the devil or Satan, the fallen angel, as some sort of distorted human being. On the positive side, we seem more willing now than in the past to see the devil as the shadow aspect of ourselves, our own unadapted, unconscious contents, and not some external entity. What's up, TKO? In this card, the devil is a chimeric being. So a chimeric is dealing with different animals put together, right? And humans, partially human, but certainly not human, and animal, but certainly not of the known world. The senseless, irrational conglomeration threatens and undermines the cosmic order on which all life rests. Unlike Dr. Frankenstein's monster, there is no attempt to imitate human form. This devil is undoubtedly a non-human and a frightening being. The devil's body is a blue and yellow biological section that we cannot identify, and perhaps a microscopic aspect of our own body inflated to grotesque proportions. This implies that the devil is within us, but not a somewhere which we are familiar. In the tarot, the devil embodies the realm of the taboo, the culturally rejected wildness and undigested shadow side that each of us harbors in our unconscious. All right, let me see what else. And here, the traveler discovers the true function of the devil: to restrain psychic growth. In this way, the devil symbolizes the fears and the beliefs that bind us, like handcuffs, and prevent us from experiences of expansiveness and growth. However, there is a ray of hope. The manacles are not binding. All the man and woman have to do to escape is simply walk away. Unfortunately, to walk away in a psychic realm of habits, closed belief, addiction is often an extremely difficult task. However, must at all times remember that another traditional name for the devil is Lucifer, the light-bringing angel. All right, so this is just really dope. I like that imagery. And again, the full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. And so I feel like somebody's been asking, am I toxic? Yes. Yes, you're toxic. Yes, you're toxic to a certain degree. And that's okay, right? Because once you start identifying that there are things in your shadow that you want to work on, now we can start working on them. You know what I mean? Like if you had your manifestation journal, you could start writing about the things that you want to change. And you can also get my shadow work, 21 questions, to kind of help you. So yeah, let's just be real. I mean, nobody's perfect, but ultimately, I feel like, and this is for myself too, but we just need to hear it, and we're just going to be blunt. I told you this was going to be intentional. Like, you are toxic. and you've been a little bit stubborn on wanting to change those things, and those very toxic things that are holding you back from just greatness, right? So let's identify and let's just work on it, right? I know I made this. Look, I know I'm toxic. This is the reason why, I'm just aware of my shadow, and this is why I've gotten where I've gotten so far in life, because I've always been so self-aware, right? I've been very observant as a child, and just owning, and I don't know, try to be as honest as I can and forthright, and just owning and being accountable for my mistakes and the good things that I have, right? So that's just been a character trait that I've had, just owning up to my flaws and my mistakes and my weaknesses. But I also try to figure out how to make my weaknesses into strengths, right? Yes, that's just the Capricorn in me. Like, fuck that. Nothing's gonna get in the way. I'm gonna turn a weakness into something that's success. That's just how my thought process is. So yes, I'm aware of all of my toxicities, all of my weaknesses, and all I can do is try to change them. Try to change the behaviors, the thought processes, the habits, the ideologies that I've held on to that have helped sustain and maintain that toxicity, right? That's all I can do. It's just work every day to do better and better, work and journal and manifest just being a better person, right? So nobody's perfect. Capricorns, Virgos, Leos, it's just a few Aquariuses, it's a few signs that stand out that we just think we're just, and we don't mean it, it's just the way how we're built, right? But you're not perfect, right? And we can grow, even though we are highly knowledgeable and resourceful people, right? We still don't know everything, and we still can grow. And even though we make really good decisions, it just makes it so hard to just be like, yes, I'm just joking, y'all, but no. And I pride myself on being somebody who's very knowledgeable, who has the best answers, who knows the best thing to do, who can create a plan, lead, guide. But guess what? Other people can do it too. And their way may be different, and that's okay, right? So I'm very advanced, gifted, over average at what I do. My life has shown me that. I've gone from being poor to making six figures, and the accolades that I get and I hear from people, it's confirmed that at this point. And so I have to own that. And I own that I am somebody who is just very organized. I mean, I have a freaking degree in organization and time management, my humanities degree. So I'm just very skilled at certain things, and I've learned to accept that. It eats at some people, but accept who you are, accept your weaknesses, accept your challenges that you have. But how can you overcome them challenges? How can you use them? What can you obtain? What can you learn from the people around you? If you can't observe, if you can't learn from the people around you, why are they in your circle? I don't have nobody in my circle that I can't learn from. Anybody that I look up to, anybody that's in my environment, I have to learn something. You have to have taught me something, teaching me something in order for you to be in my circle. Because if I'm the smartest person in the room and I'm the one that know everything, that's a problem for me. I got to be around people that's going to teach me, guide me, right? No matter what it is, what I come in contact with, right? So, yeah, and that's just what it is. So, but you have to be self-aware, and that's the devil. The devil is you. It's your shadow. It's all the things that you don't like about yourself, and it's good things that people have pushed into your shadow because either you were little and you were bullied because of family or high school or whatever. Like, I'm an introvert, but I've been doing this for a little while, so I'm comfortable. I'm able to show a little bit more of my personality with you guys. It took a long time. I've been doing this since 2016. It's 2022. I can't even believe it's been that long. And all those years I've struggled with introvertedness and whatever, but nonetheless, I still worked and I grew, right? And I moved through fear. The fear is not gonna go away. That's what people gotta understand. And the devil, that's the illusion, right? That's like the mirage that you have to step past. It's the mirror. Once you step past it, you'll be like, oh wow, right? It wasn't so bad. Like every time I get off live, I'm like, why was I having a fucking panic attack before I clicked on the button? It was absolutely amazing, right? So sometimes that fear is an illusion and you have to just keep moving, right? So people will also try to use things against you. When the other aspect of the devil, like they'll use your weaknesses against you, or things that you've done to guilt you and shame you. And that also creates shadow too. And so you have to work on guilt. You can't forgive nobody if you don't forgive yourself. These are a lot of things that we go through, and these are the things that you have to release first in order for you to have an abundance mindset. You have to release guilt and shame for things that you've done to yourself and other people. If you're able to apologize to people that you've hurt, do so in whatever manner you can, letter, I don't know, in person, or if not in person, just with your own soul, however way you can, right? And you forgive yourself for allowing things to be done to you, right? And you have more knowledge, and now that you know, it's not going to happen again, or, so guilt and shame have to be gone. You have to be gone, right? Everybody has done something that they're not proud of. We're human beings. The purpose is, have you evolved from that, right? Have you evolved from that? And, accountable, and sometimes the things that we have done, depending on the circumstances, like if some people commit murder, they have to go to jail, right? I don't know why I've been watching court. I've been watching court lately, and I was watching the Darrell Brooks trial, that guy that ran through that Christmas parade. And they're saying mental health is playing a part. I don't know at this point. I don't even want to really get into it. I just couldn't believe that somebody ran through human beings like that. It's just traumatizing. I don't even watch the news, y'all. I can't watch stuff like that because sometimes I just be crying. Being a spiritual healer, I just be crying for the world. I know y'all know, because most of my supporters are tapped into very empathic, deep, soul-filling human beings. And I've never thought that I could ever identify with people like that, but y'all out there. And so sometimes I just be crying, and that shit was just damn, somebody just drove through 65 people, just drove through a Christmas parade, whether it was mental health or not. That's just wild. You know what I mean? All the stuff that's going on, and try not to always focus on the negative, but I don't even know why I brought that up. It's just traumatizing things that are going on. But yeah, about mental health and stuff, but don't allow people to control you, right? And that's why it takes a strong person to be accountable and just be like, yep, I did it. Yep, I did that. Celebrities, all their business is out there, right? And I'm not saying that's the life that we want to live, but I'm just telling you that it's you. If you did it, you did it. Let it go. It was you. You're not that person anymore. You've grown. And it's time to move on and let go of that baggage, because you cannot have an abundance mindset if you have guilt and shame. And I'm not going to say, I kind of don't like my birth chart, but I do. I have a lot of Capricorn in my birth chart, y'all. Cap, Sun, Taurus, Moon, Cancer rising, Venus Cap, Mercury Cap. But I don't care. And there's only two other signs that have a level of I don't care that Capricorns and Tauruses don't have, and that's Virgo and Aquarius, right? I'm sorry, but a Taurus, a Capricorn, an Aquarius, and a Virgo, I'm gonna throw Sag in there too, are the most level of I don't care that I've ever seen in my life, right? It's just amazing. I don't care. I don't care. Especially if I've tried to make amends, because I will, right? But it's nothing that you can say about myself that is going to hurt me, right? I I've been in situations where I've had family, whatever people. So like things that you feel like you could say or do, like, I don't care. Either I've heard it all before or I just don't care, because it doesn't matter, because I'm aware of my strengths, my weaknesses, and I work to be a better person every day. And it shows in what I do. I'm a reflection in my business, in my personal business, and in the physical realm. And no, making money and finances doesn't determine if you're a good person or not. But the impact and the connection that I have with people is what determines it. Right? How I make people feel, right, when they interact with me, right? So I know that I'm growing. I know that I'm connecting. I'm talking to people. They're hearing me. I'm hearing them, right? So that's how I observe and I understand I'm growing. So I don't care. I always listen to what people say, especially if it's negative, because it's coming from somewhere. So understand that. I've had people, especially in corporate world, which is traditionally white, and in the field that I'm in as white male, and some white women too. But I was told so many times that I was coming off aggressive, and like I'm very polite. Like I'm so polite, especially at work, like because it's corporate, like I'm that image. Capricorns, we're big on an image. Like I want that image of just quality customer service, and your interaction is just wholesome and resolution based with me. Like I have just like this. So, I'm just like, what do you mean? But I had to take a step back, and it's coming from a place of somewhere, and it's my tone. And those are things that we have to and sometimes think about. And some people don't want to change those things about themselves. And it's nothing wrong with changing how you interact with people so that you can have a better interaction, right? So I understood that, maybe if I didn't come off as direct, or maybe when I sent the email, not sending it in like a period at the end, but maybe a question, or, not coming out and accusing, just, it's a way in the corporate world where you could work around and be kind of political, so to speak. It's politicking, at its finest. And I learned it and I mastered it, right? Just like Candace said, I'm a master about Capricorn. Thank you. I really am. And I'm proud of it. And I didn't want to boast about it before, but I'm tired of not boasting. Like, I'm tired of dimming my light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for us, for it all, for all this experience. But yeah. So own everything about you. Your weaknesses specifically. We know you good. We know your strengths. People see them every day. They don't see your strength. They don't see your weaknesses every day. They don't see your flaws or where you lack. Only a certain few. And those that call you on it, don't be upset with them. Keep them in your corner, so to speak, if they're your friends. I've got people because of who I am in the corporate world, like, and I'm a boss. Like, people sometimes just want to tell me anything just because I'm the boss, and they want to kiss up to me, and they want to be yes men sometimes. And then I've got people coming around like, I'm not getting ready to do that to you. I'm about to treat you like a normal person. And I respect that. Like, don't, it's really, and the point out sometimes, where I make mistakes, because I make very few mistakes. I need somebody to be able to come to me when I do make those mistakes and say, look, this is what happened. And then I'll respect it because you've got the proof and the facts. And I'm like, all right, cool. I messed up, and I can admit it. But it takes a strong person to understand what people are saying about you negatively, and it's truthful, right? And so sometimes you just have to let that sink in, that damn, that is how I am, right? But then once you've sat in that, okay, only thing I can do now is do better, right? And whatever, attunement, whatever it is, make amends if you can, and we just gonna move on. And if them people ever don't want to accept it, if you wrong somebody and they don't want to accept it, that's on them if you tried to make amends. But if you're not that person, you can't hold yourself to what happened. And that's about anything, shortcomings, the opportunities that you've missed. A lot of my air signs, especially Libras, for those of y'all that like to think about hypotheticals all the time, if I could have did this, I would have did that. I could have did that. I should have did that. Well, the time has passed now, so let's see what we can do moving forward. And if those opportunities ever come back, then we can do better, right? So just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You feel me? Drop me some ones if y'all feeling what I'm talking about right now. Drop me some ones. So if you just tapped in, this is the full moon and Gemini reading. I haven't gotten far because I'll be running my mouth, but we're just kind of tapping into what's going on and what we need to implement for the full moon. And it's representing answers that you need are coming. All right? Doesn't mean good or bad. It just means that you're going to get your question marks answered, and just be prepared for it. And so we had talked about how it was, one of the questions was, are you toxic? And yes, you are. And so this will be available for the replay if you're just tapping in, because I'm not going to talk about it. But like, yeah, accept the negative things that people are telling you or trying to tell you in a nice manner. People that care about you, not people that just, even sometimes the haters, the people that don't like you. Always listen to everything, right? Always listen to everything. What you take in and what you filter and what you apply is something different. But just always listen to what people are saying, both positive and negative. But don't hold yourself to the negative. Don't hold yourself to the things that you've done to people if you're not that same person. Release guilt and shame, because you cannot have an abundance mindset. You cannot generate any type of financial abundance, any type of abundance, prosperity, energy, frequency, if you're holding on to guilt and shame. That will block your manifestation. I'm trying to tell you it will, okay? I don't know why, but it just does, okay? So look at whatever your birth chart is, or look around to the people that you admire in your life that who don't give a fuck about nothing, and implement that energy, okay? And especially if you've made amends, if you've done all you can do, now's the time to move on. We release some baggage so that we can do great things. You feel me? All right, next. With that being said, I'm going to get into the soul journey card, and this is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I told you. In the beginning, the full moon represents surrendering to the divine, and now it is affirmed. The answer that you need are coming. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. There's a lot of endings taking place. There's a lot of toxic behaviors, toxic patterns, relationships, environments they got to get cut out of your energy field, right? You're manifesting your reality. Manifestation journal. You are manifesting your reality. So when you manifest your reality and you're strong in your manifestation, you can manipulate your reality and the energy around it and the kind of energy that comes into your energy field. And so because you are transitioning, you're transforming, you're leveling up spiritually, things are going to get cut that are not a part of that new paradigm. You spoketh that. That's what you want. That's what you're manifesting. So now it looks like bad things are taking place, and it's really, the shit is getting cut off because it doesn't align with what you're manifesting. So things are coming to an end. This is going to be relationships, jobs, connections, romantic relationships, friendships, family. It's going to be a lot of dead ends as far as relationships. Anything that's not part of building, maintaining, and fostering a positive, healthy relationship where both people can grow and is reciprocity, right? They're coming to a dead end. It is no more. And you have no control over it. All you have to do is surrender to the divine, because you don't have the strength to do it yourself. And the universe always does it. That's why we always end up in the same situations, because the universe is trying to give you a chance to acquire the strength and the resources. So if it happens again, you go and choose something different, right? So the universe is just doing what it do, right? How you respond to it is what's going to block, delay, or allow your manifestation to take place. Okay? So surrender to the divine. The answers that you need are coming. Those relationships are ending. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. the other person or other people may not feel that way if it's human beings. Shadow work, your inner demon may be in your ear talking shit like, nah, you've always done this way. You don't need to change. They need to change. Y'all know that Future meme? Arguing with everybody in the house. They not toxic. I'm not toxic. They toxic. Like, nah, ninja, nah. You feel me? So, like, it's happening. It's not a bad thing. Appreciate with death. We know with death there is funeral services. So make sure that you pay homage. You pay respects to whatever's ending the relationship. Even if it was a thought process, a pattern of behavior, a survival mechanism that you held on to get you where you're at. You're understanding and you're respecting. Now it's time to elevate death to this thought process and have a funeral service for it. I don't fucking know. Recognition, a speech, something. Acknowledge that it helped you get to where you were, but now you've grown and you're incorporating new behavior patterns and thought processes into your new paradigm shift. Okay? Next, we have the Cosmic Connection. I don't have the book, and I'm so upset because it's specific things that I like to read from in the books, but it represents cosmic connection. Okay, so this is pretty much, it speaks for itself. Continue to be in tune. If you've stepped away from being in tune, let's get back in tune, whatever that means for you. If that means for you to be more spiritual, to pray, burning candles, whatever spiritual, studying your Bible, or whatever scriptures, whatever documents, holy, whatever is your spiritual routine, it's time to get in tune. It's time to get in tune. It's time to relax your mind so that you can hear these downloads coming. Because we all get downloads. I used to think I was weird, right? Before I knew that it was being spiritually tapped in. And especially when you take certain things that you're not supposed to take. Maybe I did that. I don't know. But you get downloads. Right? You get downloads of information. And sometimes I would get downloads and I wouldn't understand them until later. Like, things had to play out in order for me to understand the download. But that's what's trying to take place. That's what's trying to happen. And that's why you have to get rid of these old toxic patterns of behavior in people, because you got downloads that you've been sitting on that's ready to be downloaded now, but it can't because you've got to advance. You don't have that abundance mindset. You're not ready for that next level of downloads that the consciousness is given to you for you to manifest. Right? We're all spiritual. We're all intuitive. We all have some type of spiritual guidance. Right? We all have those epiphany moments or those moments in our brain that allow us to just perceive things. And it's like the world just opens up. The veil has been lifted on a certain situation or perspective, and now you're just like, wow. And sometimes it can be traumatizing, it can be transforming, but nevertheless, it's like a revelation. Something has been revealed. It's like kind of losing innocence a little bit because the veil has been lifted. So it's time. So release guilt and shame. Yes, you're toxic. It's okay. Everybody's a little toxic. Let's work on these things. Don't let nobody, make you feel any type of way. You continue to grow. And if you're progressing, then that's all you can do. You don't have to prove anything to nobody but yourself. Okay? So once we move past that and we understand and we're becoming more self-aware, that's when you'll be able to start getting those downloads. You're like backed up on top of that. Like, you're backed up with downloads that you should have downloaded like a minute ago, but you won't surrender. You won't surrender, nor do you want to accept the answers that you need to hear. You want to hear certain things. You don't, you know what I mean? You don't want to accept the truth. You want things sugar-coated. And Gemini is about the hard reality. And let's just take that into perspective with the things that Kanye is saying. Right? Because he's the most talked about. And Trump. Like, people don't understand. And they're like, well, how could Trump, represents the American people? How can he not? right? Like the things that Kanye's saying and speaking about. And everybody knows he's telling the truth. They just don't want to end up dead, or they don't have enough money to be kept alive like him. And they don't want their bag to run out. So they're turning the other cheek. But everybody knows it's the hard truth. Like I'm trying to tell you, Gemini is coming with the truth. Full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. Not the answers that you want. Y'all gotta understand that. So just understand it on like a Kanye level. Like this full moon energy is Kanye. Imagine his little face right there. And he's saying, and imagine his voice, the answers you need are coming. And he's going to be the one to deliver the messages. So that's how real it is. And that's how serious and dramatic, but necessary. Because you're not believing it. You're not understanding. So it has to be that impact and that drama and that theater to kind of hit you in the face. Some people don't need that. Some people do. I'm not one of them people. Once I see, I'm like, all right. Other people have to see so many things take place before they want to be accountable for them actions and start becoming more self-aware. All right. So again, you're missing downloads. You should have been got these downloads, but you're missing them because you won't move forward with your shadow work and your growth, and you won't allow things to die. You keep trying to mend things and patch them up and look the other way and try to find, like, it's like that kid's song, we're going on a bear hunt. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it. Ain't no through it. Ain't no over it. Ain't no under it. Shit is blocked until you recognize. And then once you recognize, it's like playing a damn video game, a quest. The door will open. It will magically open. Come on. Where my gamers at? I'm a gamer. Where we at next? Next, we have the Intuition Oracle. Let's take a look at the imagery. And this is the leaders. And the affirmation is, I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Period. Like, I know what needs to be done. And people are going to be mad. I'm trying to tell you, like, I piss off a lot of people. I piss off men, especially. I'm in a male-dominated field. Right? But if you're a leader, you're a leader, and it needs to be respected as a woman leader and as a man leader. Men lead different, women lead different, but nonetheless, a leader is a leader. It doesn't matter what your gender is, and it's just sad to see men really be crazy because a woman has the best answers and can lead. All right, so that's confirmation for those of you that you continue to listen to either your shadow or you're listening to people around you telling you, they're putting the doubt in you. You know what's going on, but you're listening to other people tell you things that's not true. It's their perspective, it's their fears, their projection, their lack of effort and motivation to be where you are, and they're placing doubt in your mind. And this is confirmation and affirmation that you are a leader. I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Period. Like, period. That's it, right? There are times when your ability to assume a position of authority and control is crucial. If you think you cannot lead until you know exactly what to do, it is time you learn the truth about the way every great leader leads. They do the best they can. If you wait for others to take the lead, you may be disappointed. Even if they appear resistant to taking your direction, in their heart of hearts, they know you're right and will come around to your way of thinking sooner than you think. And what I tell you about manifesting your reality, when you're strong in your manifestations, everything and everyone in your environment has to succumb to the energy and things that you have laid out in your manifestation, your story, your movie. Anybody that's in your energy field on a day-to-day basis is there because you allow them to be there. Once you understand how strong your manifestation is, you'll be able to understand how you control environments. In everything you do, do not take any shortcuts or get involved with any underhanded activities. Behave nobly. Remember to avoid seeming overbearing and dictatorial. I couldn't say that word yesterday, but I can say it today. Interesting. Let your good example be the best sermon. It is especially important that you avoid appearing cheap or petty. Almost all people have a hard time accepting direction from someone who does not live up to a very high set of standards. Allow your intuition to alert you to whom you can trust and who is not trustworthy. Okay? So again, under full moon in Gemini, the answers that you need, is that person capping? Is it cap when they telling you things? Yes, it is cap. It's all cap. They're afraid of how big you're going to become. They don't know how to do it themselves. And so they've been feeding you things to make you feel like you weren't a leader. And this is anywhere, in work, in personal relationships. Sometimes it happens. So just know, stop being ashamed that you are a high performing, highly intuitive, highly advanced, above average person. Like, no more of that. You're a top tier individual, and we giving off that energy and nothing less. You're a top tier at everything you do. And when you're a certain tier of person, you only need to be around a certain tier of person. Right? And so these things, and we're going to affirm these things, and then we're going to move on. I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Period. Next we have essential oil. And this is a blended oil. It doesn't have any particular scent to it. But it's digestive, and it represents processing. And it says, the trigger statement is, I am so worried. And the true statement is, I have the solution. Right? Why do we have the solution? Because we're leaders. I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. It says, the true statement is, I have the solution. Slowing down and listening to your inner voice will provide you with direction and purpose. I talked about that. Becoming more self-aware, shadow work. Let me read that again. Slowing down and listening to your inner voice will provide you with direction and purpose. Okay? Next we have archetype. And this is the hero heroine archetype. And the light attribute is passion for the journey of personal empowerment. And the shadow attribute is escapism and a false sense of heroism. So just be careful. And this could be another answer that you need but don't want. Maybe you're spending too much escaping from reality, avoiding things that you need to work on, relationships that you need to either dead or build, or personal growth. And you're doing all these other things to avoid, right? And so that's the shadow attribute of being a heroine. Like, literally. We can use Will Smith, for example, how he was jumping out of planes and doing all this stuff, and they said that he was literally just trying to avoid this marriage that he hated, right? So, like, think about how you delay or put off or escape from the problem. Some people do drugs, some people drink, some people travel, some people don't like to be alone. They always have somebody around them. They do everything in their power to avoid being by themselves, and looking at themselves in the mirror and becoming self-aware of the things that they have to work on. All right, so this is an answer that you need. You need to stop running and escapism. And it can come in so many forms, right? Sometimes my escapism is music. Sometimes things that are good, they can, if you indulge too much, it has to be a balance, right? Some people is work, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was literally working a lot of hours to escape things in my personal life. But just being aware of that, it creates the momentum for the change for healing, right? So just jot it down. If you've got your manifestation journal, you can write it in your journal right now, what you're discovering. Like, damn, when this comes up, I'd rather do this than this, you know. I'm understanding that I'm a procrastinator. And it's crazy for somebody who is so big on time management and organization. Like, I am a procrastinator, especially when it comes to school. Like, I hate school and love it at the same time. Another thing that I'm aware of is that I'm very hypocritical. I can love and hate something. Like, I'm very hypocritical. So when I get in school, I complain about it. But when I'm not in school, I love it and I miss it. Like, for instance, I got the semester off and I'm literally dying to go back. And when I go back, I'm going to be complaining. Nonetheless, when school happens and I have to write papers, I avoid and I do other things to put off working on that paper. And I don't know. And for a long time, I've understood that sometimes I work better under pressure, but that's not working anymore. You know, sometimes people work good under pressure. And I used to understand me delaying things, but now it's not working. The working under pressure is not working. I literally got a C the last semester. Like, no. So I've got to do different things. But just being aware of escapism, things that I try to avoid, conversations with people, things in relationships that have to be talked about, you know. You cannot. The full moon in Gemini is so strong and powerful, it's not going to allow it. And on the flip note of that, the light attribute is that passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Like, now's the time to be your own hero. We look up to everybody, and I look up to a lot of people. But ultimately, I look up to myself. And I always do mirror work, and I always talk to myself in the mirror, and I tell myself how proud I am of the things that I'm doing and my accomplishments and my weaknesses and how I just keep going. Like, I'm my number one fan. That's one thing about Capricorn energy, most earth signs. Like, we don't need a crowd of people. Like, we are our own friends. Like, y'all don't understand. When I say I enjoy my own company, like, I literally don't need no friends. Like, I enjoy my own company. Like, literally. When I have other people, it just makes the experience better. But I'm definitely somebody who just loves being by myself. I love my own company. It's very awkward, but it is what it is. It's how I am in the world. But so yeah, be your own hype man. Write out things that you want to do. Tell your story. Even if you never write a book, write a book. It don't have to be published. Start writing about your accomplishments and things. If you don't have degrees and awards to put up on the wall, like, start highlighting your journey. Audio, something. Like, be creative. It is so much like social media, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's Instagram, it's they hype me, it's to hype them up, it's to highlight them. Like, you need to do that for yourself a little bit more, right? You need to do that for yourself a little bit more. Candace, it's real out here. Seriously, I love people, but because I like taking in, like, I like having moments and experiences, you know, and then I take it all in and I reflect, and I don't know, I've never been afraid to be by myself. Like, I literally hear people say that they cannot be by themselves. Like, I can't even imagine it. Like, wow. Like, you're that afraid of being, they don't like silence. I could sit in silence. I don't have a TV in my room. I never had a TV in my living room. My Nana didn't have a TV in her living room. So TV is not like a deal breaker. I don't care about TV. You feel me? I could sit in silence and just be, I don't know, it's like fucking some monk shit. I used to think I was so weird, y'all, but I don't like a lot of outside input. And I'm tapped in. Y'all know, I be tapped into social media, but, like, I gotta keep it away from me, like, certain things. Just, like, simplicity. But, yeah, so let's start highlighting the things that we're doing, our journey on that light aspect of that archetype. So right now we need the heroine archetype to kind of pick us up. We need to be our own superhero. I'm missing, damn it, hold on. I'm getting up because I was supposed to have it. I'm missing a necklace. I have to have this on because, yeah, I'll be right back. What the hell? And yes, I tucked my hoodie in because my hoodie's getting too small, y'all. I'm still losing weight. But I'm over here bugging. And I don't care if y'all laugh. I'm like, wait a minute. And I don't make my bed, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now. I never make my bed. I don't care how organized I am. Everything in my house could be organized, and my bed will never be made. I don't know what it is. I don't know if because it was little. My mom maybe had to make my bed all the time, but I like climbing into my bed the same way I left it. So, this is the best blanket of them all. Hold up. Hey, guys. I love Batman. I got him tattooed behind my ear. But yeah, be your own superhero. Alright, so if you're in the comics, like, what is it about the superheroes? Like, I love Batman because he's about justice. Now, they keep trying to make him, like, have guns and stuff, like these new age Batmans. But Batman don't carry no gun. He don't kill people. He beat the shit out of people. And you gonna get locked up. He working with the police. He works with the community. He's a community leader. You know what I mean? And he wants justice, right? So, like, those are the things that I love about Batman. And he's a human being, and he can create gadgets. I understand he got all this money, but, oh, well, you can have a whole lot of money and not know what to do with it. And the fact that I'm really sitting here talking about Batman like he's a real person, like, I am a nerd, y'all, okay? But, yeah, so, like, the whole storyline, like, don't do it. I am a Batman fanatic. I will argue he knows how to kill everybody on the Justice League, okay? And they was all mad, and they kicked him out of the Justice League because he knew how to kill each and every one of them. But he had a safe, a fail safe or a safe fail. He knew that Superman could kill him, but he knew how to take down everybody in the Justice League, and they was mad as shit at him. And he's a human. This man is human and can take down God. So y'all want to talk that Batman, Iron Man crap any day. This man was with Ra's al Ghul, the League of Shadows. Like, this is a mere mortal. And he's done all of these things. Like, don't play with me. Do not play with me when it comes to Batman. Like, I'm sorry. And I love DC. And I love DC more because DC's about shadow work. Marvel is light attribute, y'all. Let's think about this here. Marvel is light attribute. DC is the shadow attribute. And Bruce Wayne or Batman, he deals with his demons every day. He fights through and he tries to be a better person. And he could kill anybody. He can kill. But anybody can kill. What's virtuous and what's honorable is, I'm not going to kill you. You're going to stay alive and be accountable, holding people accountable. When you kill somebody, you're not holding them accountable for the murders and the crimes that they commit, right? Unless it's something heinous. I believe in corporal punishment to a certain degree, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not. But yeah, those are all the reasons why I love Batman. And those are the things that helped me on my journey, right? And I love DC. They dope. But anyway, yeah, so hero, heroine. Now it's time to highlight your journey. Big yourself up. Be your own hype man. Stop worrying for somebody else to be your hype man. Nobody's going to tell your story but you. You got to tell your story. Marvel upset me. I don't like Marvel because, like I said, it's just all like, it's like a little Disney-fied, but I just like the characters in DC because they're a little darker, they're a little realer, they're more intense. They dealing with some deep things. And some of the, like, I like Spawn. He's Marvel. Then we've got Blade. They have some characters that embody that shadowy, energy that I really like. Like, I love light workers that are, like, dark. You feel me? Like, Blade is the perfect example. This motherfucker's a vampire and he's killing vampires. Like, I love that. Because people always think that good things come in light. And sometimes bad things come in light form. You feel me? And sometimes the most beautifulest thing can come in the most ugliest package. I just love that. I don't know why. That beat up, distraught, over underdog type energy. And just being in the trenches and working. Jesus. I mean, let's be honest. Jesus was a shadow worker. Right? That motherfucker hung out with prostitutes. I didn't mean to call Jesus a motherfucker. Wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. God, I'm sorry, Jesus. But no, y'all know what I meant, right? Like, Jesus is in the shadows. Jesus is in the trenches. You know what I mean? He in the dark. He not in the light. He's not with the people that's getting the money, that got all the problems answered. He in there with the people, diseases, prostitutes, whatever was going on, right? People, because, you know, poor people have a different outlook. And then he's going to the church, turning up all the tables. They in there, you know, tithing, asking people for money, doing all types of stuff up in there. So just think about that when you think about when you want to judge somebody, right? Judge somebody and think that they're not working for God, right? Because they don't fit your package of what somebody who is a light worker should look like. So I don't know how I got that deep. I know I'll be going deep in the levels, but that's why I like DC, because they just embody that. But they did go with Blade and with Spawn, especially Spawn. Also, I love Constantine. Constantine is DC. There was talks that I'm doing another Constantine, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We probably get another John Wick before we get a Constantine. But Constantine is another... He was a priest. He smoked and he drank. He was a priest who smoked and drank, right? So I just love those, you know, those human qualities and people that we look up to. And I don't want to get into what Ye was saying about that name that I'm not going to say on here, because I don't want nothing to happen to my page if I try to reload it or anything. When he said that person wasn't a bad person, he just knows how to push people's buttons, and he shouldn't have used that person as an example. But I definitely understood what he was saying. You know, we all out here, everybody, including myself, most of us watched the Dahmer, even if we took a glimpse of it. You know, some of us watch Jeffrey Dahmer and understand that man's dad is loving him. That's his son. You know, he's done good things or certain things, you know, growing up that, you know, he was, I don't know, but I'm just saying, you know, it's not what we want to hear, right? It's most certainly what we want to hear. But if we just take a step back and just put that on us, understand that you're not those mistakes. And that's when I talked about with the devil card, releasing the guilt and the shame. You're not the mistakes that you were, right? And that's not for us to judge. Even those people that did those things, Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, he's paid for what he's done through death or whatever, but ultimately he has to pay, his soul has to pay for the decisions that he made when he was on this realm. When people do things like that, it's nothing that we can do. They got another judgment coming. You feel me? So understand, even if you don't agree, understand that, right? And also another thing, the very person that made these rings, Hannah from the UK, she sent me a gift. And it was a seashell, and it had the swastika symbol on there. Now, I already knew because I'm already into occult knowledge, but that's a symbol of peace. It actually is a Native American symbol, and it's another symbol. And it's been on my altar for years. So I heard he got his Twitter account removed because he thought the swastika. Now, what his intent was with that symbol, I don't know. But for those of us that don't know, it means something completely different outside of American, you know, or I don't want to say them words, right? But it's a little shell. I put it in my story. It's a little shell. It represents peace. It represents peace and prosperity. So perspective and just knowledge. And he was definitely testing Elon Musk, talking about free speech. There's no such thing as free speech. There's no such thing as free speech. Not in these times. You're better off using code and symbols like, what's the dude from That's So Raven? Everybody think he crazy. That man ain't crazy. He be talking in code all day. He be talking in code all day. Like, when he said that Puff Daddy had his kids, he was talking about his songs, right? Because in another video, he had mentioned that his songs was his kids. So he probably wrote some songs that Puff Daddy has. Like, what's that guy's name? That's So Raven guy. Everybody thinks is crazy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But when you know, you just talk through code or the things that you said. Orlando Brown. Yep. You talk in code and then people won't think you crazy. And pretty much we see that he's tired of talking in code. And there's other people that are also tired of talking in code. Either they get out the industry and they go quiet, or they suffer. So that's just deep to think about But yeah, so all right, so we have 3 more cards. Tarot. All right, and then once we do that, I'll probably log off, take a little break, log back on, and then I'll do free readings if anybody's around. So I've got the 6 of discs. I've got the 10 of wealth reversed, which is interesting. And then I've got the 4 of swords. Oh, no, 7 of swords reversed. All right, so answers that you need are coming, right? That's what this is themed. The full moon of Gemini. So success. 6s. Success. This is a 6 of discs. So for those of us that are wondering, like, are we going to have success? This could be a question of immediate success. Or maybe it's a question of getting a certain job or a business. But definitely, yes, there is success in whatever it is that you're trying to do as far as finances or abundance or prosperity. All right. In real time, this represents the physical realm and 6 represents earning. So that means that you're maintaining and it's growing and you're earning. However, I have the 10 of discs reversed. This is real time wealth. Either you've got to make the right investments. You've got to start saving your money because you're going to be making money and you're going to blow it. So the answers are, am I going to blow the money if I blow up? Yes, you will blow the money if you don't learn about investing, money management, financing, budgeting right now. Right now is the right time, okay? Because you're going to have a lot of money coming to you in the near future. I don't know through what. This is just what I'm getting from the cards. But it's definitely going to bring a lot of success, a lot of financial prosperity and abundance. And you will lose it if you don't know what to do with it. So financial management, knowledge, learning is a must. Okay? And then 7 of Swords. Upright. This is like, it's like effort. All right. I don't know through what either. Garrett, I don't know. But I'm just, look, I believe in miracles and I know that whatever is out there is out there. And if it's for me, I'm claiming it, even if I don't know where it's coming from. You feel me? But 7 of Swords up, so upright, and this has Aquarius on it. This is a caution card. So I feel like it's saying, like, you know, once you learn how to invest, and you understand investing, you don't have to be so guarded. You can, I guess it's saying, like, you can kind of give, you know, as long as you take care of yourself, budget, you can start giving back, so to speak. 7s to me are caution. This is reverse, so like unguarded. Yeah, you'll be able to play with your money. You'll be able to do things, vacation. But financial budget is a key. You really think that you can't do the things that you can, and it's really because you haven't sat down and created a budget. A lot of people don't want to create budgets. I think it's key, especially in relationships as far as marriages, because finances is like one of the main reasons that relationships crumble. Even regular relationships, finances, people not budgeting right, not want to work together. So understand that you have to learn how to budget. Everything that you spend, just take a good month. Look at your bank statement. You don't even have to look at your bank statements. Look what's coming in, look what's going out. And then start crossing off one thing that you don't need. You don't even have to go crazy, because you're going to see shit like, damn, did I really have to DoorDash $300 in food a month? That's me. And just cross off one thing that you don't need, and then next month, don't do it, right? Try to put that money or save that money and see how you can do it. But have a plan. You know me, don't make extravagant changes. Don't make big changes. That's when people fall off and they don't complete goals and they don't manifest, because they try to change so much. And that creates trauma to yourself. Like, we be traumatizing our own selves. Baby steps, small. So small that you didn't even know you missed it. Even if it's $10. You feel me? Like, start there. When I was learning how to save, and I was broke, y'all. I told you, like, at one point, I think I made like $14,000 in a year when I first like started working. And what I did to start saving, because I couldn't hold nothing after. When I got my check, it was gone. But I would try to like save $1 to the next time I got paid, 2 weeks, and the next 2 weeks I would try to have $5 in my account. Like, literally, that's how bad it was. And that's how bad it is for some people. Like, we just gonna be real. We're not gonna sit here and act like everybody got all this money in their account. Okay? I make 6 figures, and sometimes I was having issues where my account was being overdrawn. I had more money coming out than coming in, and I make 6 figures. Okay? So, you know, anybody can have issues with financial planning, financial management, and it's okay. It's okay to say that you do. But understand that take small steps, eliminate things that you really don't need, and then in your journal, you're writing these things that you can go without, right? I am $20, more abundant this month. Put it in the way, your intention statement. You write these things into your journal, and you repeat them, or you continuously write them to help change your thought process and your subconscious too. You have to have that shift first. If you don't believe that you can manage money, you're not going to be able to. Okay? But trust, when you start managing your money right, you'll be able to do things, like I said, go on vacation, give back, do things for people, help people out that maybe need help. Right? So sometimes people feel like they can't give or they can't do for people. Yes, you can. You cut out some of that nonsense that you buy, and you'll be able to do more things that you really think you can do. Okay? Right now I have no car. And when you live in a city, or when you live anywhere where you're used to having a vehicle, you feel like your vehicle is your world. But like, I don't have a car, and I just be like, damn, do I really need a car? Like, I only go here, and there. I only have to do certain things. Like, I ended up like walking to work. I live 20 minutes away from my work, which led to exercise. So there was like benefits. I just started appreciating more shit in life, like, because I don't have a car. Like, you're humbled. You look at things differently, and you get a different perspective, and you appreciate things, and you can see what you really can adjust to in life. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I can really make it without this. All these things that we have is an illusion that we need in order to survive in life. I wasn't sitting there thinking about how I needed my car, but now that I don't have one, I had a little mini Fit, and then I just surrendered to the situation and said, fuck it, I don't have a car right now. It's not the time. And I just go from there. And every day I get to work. My kids get to school. Everything is worked out. And sometimes I have to take things day by day, sometimes, moment by moment. But at the end of the day, I know everything's going to work out, and it will work out. And that's the mindset we keep in. Okay, so this concludes Full Moon in Gemini, December the 7th. I'm going to leave this up on Instagram, and it's going to be available on YouTube for those of y'all that have YouTube Red that like to listen to videos in the background while you do stuff. So this will be up, and this is timeless. Any full moon in Gemini, you can always come back to this, and you're going to get something from it, okay? Do the work, and let's start writing out the work that we're doing. Let's start being intentional, as intentional as we need to be, you feel me, in order to feel protected, in order to be guided, in order to be spiritually in tune, in order to keep us on our path. There is no limit, all right, to the resources and tools that you should have at your disposal when you're going through this transition, especially being sensitive to all the energies that you're trying to separate from, and that you're trying to connect with, all right? So you may have to acquire certain crystals to help you build connections, or to help with your fear, okay? And don't be afraid to be yourself. You feel me? I was like, do I really want to come on here with all this stuff? But I said yes, right? And it helps my my little character. But yeah, but no. All of it, you know, and it helped me emotionally. I felt good giving this. I gave it with, I always have confidence. Yeah, I don't feel what I feel on the inside, but I feel like I gave it with a little bit more confidence than I normally do. Sometimes I have anxiety. So protect yourself. Now is the time to protect yourself. When I'm not at work, I'm wearing all Urban Mystic merch or Higher Powers merch. Because it's a part of me. This is a part of me. This is not a get up. I don't turn the camera off and then put this on a shelf. I'm unique. That is my name. But this all this spiritual life, this is a part of me. And people laugh at me all the time. They call me Bruja, this, that, and the third. Like, it's jokes even in my corporate side. But these people know that I'm intuitively, like, everything I do is spiritually guided. Right? And that's just how I move. And if they don't like it, I don't care. You feel me? All right. So I'm going to plug again. This is my hoodie. Return to sender. You feel me? Respectfully. Because we got class. Remember, what one of these cards said, we're not being cheap and we're not being petty. Like, we're not doing that. Right? Quality in everything we do. And when you have quality in everything you do, it shows. You know, I don't have $1 million name brand clothes. I like nice stuff. I shop at Amazon. In my storefront, you can go right now and see some of the jeans and the shoes. I shop everywhere. I shop at discount. I shop at the consignment shop. I shop at Goodwill. You feel me? Quality. That's about you. That's who you are, your character. That's what's on the inside that makes things. It's not, like Beyonce said, it's not the clothes that she wear. It's her. And when you understand that, you obtain a certain level of Super Saiyan power that I'm really trying to get y'all to understand. Okay? Really trying to get y'all to understand. So, drop me some ones, either now or on a replay, if you really were connected with this reading. If you're ever interested in a personal reading, let me know. I got 30-minute reading for $50. I believe it is. If you want a personal reading. But I'm about to log off and log right back on and do some free readings. So if you're interested in a free reading, just let me know. I'll be back. All right. You guys are awesome. I love you. And talk to you later.